not neglecting mind is really about to have some kind of inner life, like spiritual life, life that has a contemplation, reflection, whereas this modern society is very much, in many ways, quite empty, quite void of reflections, and perhaps many people really don't have any kind of authentic spiritual practice in their life where they sit and to start reflecting their own mind. And in a Buddhist tradition, the whole spiritual path begins by having this practice, introspection and reflection, which is about really looking inside, bring awareness, attention into your own mind, and to begin to study yourself, who you are, and your own consciousness, and your mind, and all your also habits, neurotic tendencies, and then to really find also these main causes of our suffering, struggles within our mind, because we begin to see more and more as we practice introspection that the primary causes of unhappiness in our life is not so much caused by external circumstances, but more caused by our own mind, especially when there's so much unawareness. Maybe that's why you see the connection between the our suffering, which seems to be manifestation of where we are in our consciousness, and neglecting our mind, which is not having any kind of authentic spiritual practice, that including reflection, introspection, and meditation. Yeah, surrender is not about being totally passive and not to do anything, let everything go down and let everything go bad. That's not really to surrender. Surrender is more like kind of fundamentally we have to realize that we are not in control of our life. Of course, we do have influences on our life. We can do things to change the course of event. Either we're talking about our personal life or even bigger issues like social issues, especially these days. Many of us are becoming more and more conscientious of social issues like justice, poverty, and human rights, democracy, and so forth. We won't go into all the details. Basically, we kind of have to realize that we can do lots of things to make our own life better or the world better, but at the same time, we're not some kind of omnipresent, and that we have a control over everything. We don't have really so much control over anything in ultimate sense. So surrender is maybe realization that we are not in charge over life or reality in ultimate sense. Yeah, non-grasping. That seems to be most challenging one for everybody. It seems that that is sort of the very, very foundation in our system, perpetuating suffering, our kind of resistance to the non-grasping. It's a not very simple issue. It's like very deep-seated, very old, whatever you like call karmic tendency or klesha or mental defilement. There's this definitely some kind of very powerful force to resist it, to the freedom and perpetuate the suffering. And that's what is not a really easy issue to be resolved right away overnight. And I don't think that when people have resistance, challenges, that they're not doing their work. I think people are really amazing, and I found that the resistance in myself too. I find non-grasping, the idea of letting go of your attachment to your concepts, ideas, and to all your neurotic tendencies is really challenging. It's challenging, but at the same time, we can also see as we continue to practice, as we don't give up the path, that we start making progress. We start learning how to drop this grasping attachment, maybe one after the another. So non-grasping to me is lifelong practice.